Hello, and welcome back to the quest for the Dragonborn Museum. Here we are right where we left off, at Bleak Falls Barrow. As I said, this is going to be the first thing we do today, and possibly later on, because maybe I'll do Silent Moon's Camp so I can get all of everything Arvin needs.
Julian,
Yes, Indigo?
teach me something interesting, please.
Well, Sassy tea is made from lotus and ginseng. It's delicious and known to enhance both the drink's stamina and magicka.
That is fascinating. I do not understand how you fit so much inside your head. Thank you. My mind is grateful.
It's my pleasure, Inigo.
Well, they're talking about tea. So, Bleak Falls Temple. With another mod I tried at one point, this temple was a good wake-up call. But here, it's about to be theirs. And there we go. Clear the area. So, in here, there's going to be a couple of things to worry about. I did not have a battle axe yet. As you can see, Draugr's here. And this one that has unrelenting force. He has a Doom. So that's an example of how this is actually going to be more dangerous than usual. Normally these aren't frankly present. I'll just take everything. In addition, here might be the first painting you find if you're doing a playthrough of this mod. But like say the Dragonborn, that is. So I'm going to come up here and activate Instincts. So what Instincts does, it shows me if there's people nearby. You can see they glow blue. So this might be helpful. As you can tell, the dungeon's just a lot scarier overall than it used to be. I'm gonna stay back and heal. Alright, good job folks. Loathsome Draugr. Need your sword. So it's gonna be a lot more dangerous than it is in regular Skyrim. Like those Draugrs don't exist. Gotta be very careful. But we have a level up. So I'm going to put in the stamina. And can I get anything else in archery? Probably not. Actually, yes I can. Since we hit 30. So I'm going to take long shot. Temple's crumbling a little bit. Wish I had night vision. But I'm not playing a Khajiit. And he's dead. And then here's the first encounter you have with the amazing puzzle system of Skyrim with most playthroughs. So first I'm going to loot him. Take that. I might need an axe. Yeah, I'll take another torch, because torches burn out. So you see snake, something, dolphin. see just how many enemies are around. But you see snake, something, dolphin. Over here you see the third. So if you look around the room a little bit more, you might be able to see the snake fell because his temple is condemned. So we need snake, snake, dolphin. So that's snake and dolphin. Use the lever. It finishes. Hold for a couple seconds. Look where the enemies are that we can hear. There is none. So it's safe to move up. Here's Thief, which you just pickpocketing. We push enough health. A card of Mystics. You found a Fate card. These cards are grouped in the decks of 13 cards of the same type. But when you possess at least one of each card in the type and use any of the cards from that set in your inventory, one of each card of that set will combine to form a deck which provides with special powers, skills, and abilities while it's carried in your inventory. I have never found one. I've never completed the set, so I don't know what they do, ultimately. Memory serves. There's Skeever in here. Yes, there are. And you can see Lucian. Let me double check my difficulty. It is on Master. Let's put the Legendary and Suffer. I just saw movement up ahead. Yeah, I did. Let's move back. And we can search him. Another box of chills, grave tar, and some money. Someone's calling out for help. But I can hear Draugr breathing. And we can see it right there. It would seem that I am forced to waste an arrow here since I can't bash it. Oh, that's a big spider. There we go.
I was worried about Lucian for a moment there, but he had it covered.
So when I search the Draugr, he has another thing of chills. And I'm actually going to oh. There's still enemies nearby. So I'm going to try to extract its venom. It is very strong early game. To show you what it does. 20 damage per second. So that's 100 extra damage. basically for free. So we're going to harvest it. We're going to butcher its meat. And we're going to search it for everything else.
You really don't need
Which
to
is
be
a bone arrow, 10 iron arrows, 2 lockpicks, 3 septums, 5 spider silk, and a 10 carat garnet.
nervous, Inigo. I'm only supposed to eat my enemies. You're my
Did you
friend.
hear that?
Good. I have no desire to be a meal for anyone. Not even you. Speak to me.
So I want to ask
I
him to
will
take
bear
all
your
these extra
burdens
weapons I have
gladly.
at the moment that I'm not using, as well as all this armor. I'll take it all back when we get back to the safe house of the museum.
I am with you.
Khajiits are terribly tough. It's like trying to chew through a leather boot.
So the guy we cut down, if you didn't see it in the fight,
Fleas seem to think I am. If you are saying I am not appetizing, I am
now that
relieved.
they're not talking, the guy that we cut down actually ran ahead. So that's unfortunate. It looks like he was not actually asking for help and tried to betray us. And he has this thing called the Golden Claw. I see something up there. He dies. Stealthy. And as we can see, the man he ran was cut down by the Draugr. And he had on him this very valuable item. I can read his journal, but it won't have anything too special. I'll take the weapons just in case. Obvious pressure plate. Let's not hit it. And we killed it. Now while I am stealthing through here, ooh, a scoped bow. And just to flop one more damage too. Now healing is very, very loud, so keep that in mind if you're playing a stealthy character like I am. almost level 5. That was some Skyrim physics. Jeez.
It's clear.
In case you're curious about how much damage I'm doing, you can see down here I'm doing 25 damage a shot. That's not taking into account damage bonuses, I think, from perks. Like the long shot ability I just picked up. This one's a skeleton. So one of the mods I have makes fire, ice, and lightning do different things. Lightning disintegrates you, fire burns you after you die, and ice does this. Which is really cool. And that's level up. So I want to take another point of stamina since I'm burning through that like it's nothing. And I think I'm going to take a level of sneak. And this way I can get sneak attack. Do more sneak damage. I also might take off scoped bows in general. The scope bows don't seem to work with archery gameplay overhaul, so it's kind of just useless as an additional item. Take all of that. This one is called the Corrupt Jogger. I guess in opposition to the non-corrupt jogger who still want to murder you. And he'll bleed out. As I think I mentioned last episode, arrows actually have a bleed effect they give you, this mod pack. And if you didn't know, there's actually treasure down here. You can't really go too far that way, but if you come back this way, there's a chest with a novice lock. Trying to collect all the moss here for alchemy later. Yeah, Lucian? And I will 100% use my companions to take the brunt of force. This is legendary. I'll get cut down like 2 hits, maybe even 1. then, even though we're about hitting 20 minutes into the episode, we're not quite done with the dungeon yet. Now we go to Bleak Falls Sanctum, which in some ways is the much scarier part of the dungeon. Mostly because we got a couple of difficult areas still left to get through. Such as this. This area is packed with enemies. And I'm gonna check a potion so I don't die here. So much for stealth. There goes that one. Oh my! I actually got one tapped. Huh. And that's why I'm being careful. And perhaps cowardly. I have an idea this time. I'm going to trigger them. Alright, I've angered them. As you can see, they're coming down. Sniped. And he just dies from the trap. As will this guy, most likely. Cause lots of noise so they come out. And then you start shooting them. And that's how we have to fight some of these things. This room is terrifying to go through. Gotta wait for the corpses to stop burning so we don't take damage, and I'm going to sprint through to not die to the axes. There we go. And then pull that so they don't die. And back to stealthy. So now that we're done with that section, we only have a couple of things left to do in this dungeon. This, I'd say, is like the mini-boss of the dungeon. It's a difficult room, however, it's just mostly a lot of mobs, and you can play it smart like I did, and use the trap to your advantage. Then we have this room. So, about to get up to this door here, and you're met with a puzzle. This puzzle requires you to go to, usually, the claw you get inside of this dungeon. So we need bear, dragon, owl. I should just turning everything twice. Let me put the claw in, it turns it, and it works. this area is spooky. So, right here, there's an excavation site. And remember, we are the guild master of the Explorers Guild. This is also our responsibility. It's dark and spooky.
That is quite a sight. Keep up, Lucien. He was probably studying something
So we
ancient
just learned
for
the
the
word.
prologue.
I won't spoil what it is yet in case you are actually going through this blind. But here's the boss. He got defeated by the power of friendship. An orcish bow is a huge upgrade for this point in the game. You see, it looks quite pretty. Alright, what does he have on him? He has another axe, a dragon stone, grave tar, an iron arrow. That's about it. And that's the end of the dungeon. Took us about half an hour. And we still have a lot of inventory space left over. So I think I'm going to change the plan of what we're doing today. So coming to this dungeon is actually something that's required for the main story of this game. And the main story of the game, well, it's not completely beloved by everyone. It is a very vital component to a lot of this game. A lot of the things in the game are actually locked behind like hidden checkpoints. So remember we went to Helgen yesterday? And we saw the big dragon pop out? That's the only dragon you'll see until you do a certain part of the game. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to fast travel to Whiterun stables. I haven't gone to the city proper yet. And one of the things the journal asked me to do was to make sure that the Jarl of Whiterun knows what's happening. I will confirm that real quick though. So warn the residents of Riverwood. So actually you go to Riverwood real quick. Luckily these loading screens are pretty short. It's currently night out, so no one's going to be really out, probably. Unless... Hey, Alvor.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
A dragon attacked Helgen and destroyed it.
What? A dragon? In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier.
That dragon
Flying
flew
down
off
the
this
valley
way.
from the south.
You must have seen it.
I was hoping I was wrong about what I... You're right. I saw it. Didn't want to believe my own eyes is all. A dragon. Here in Skyrim. What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your...
How do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls. When you get to Whiterun, just keep going up. When you get to the top of the hill, you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's palace. Anytime.
Alright, so now we'll fast travel to the Whiterun stables. And what we're gonna do is Alvor, the blacksmith of Riverwood, asked us to do, which is inform the Jarl of what happened.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I have a letter here for you. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Riches beyond imagining. I found these words inscribed in ancient dwarven ruins in the Reach. I believe they mark the entrance to a forgotten city. My brother went in a few days ago and hasn't returned. I need someone I can count on to go in after him and bring him back alive. I've heard great things about you, which is why I'm asking for your help. I'll be waiting for you in the ruins. Please hurry. And remember, riches beyond imagining.
Interesting letter. The Forgotten City, huh?
Said to be able to change the past, predict the future. Wonder if my mother could do that.
Halt.
Your helmet is
Disclose what the
goofy.
dragon's about. Official business only.
I have news about the dragons.
Fine. But we'll be
Alright,
keeping an eye
sweet.
on you.
The mod we got the letter on is it's called the Forgotten City, which is probably going to be a mod playthrough that only is usually a handful of hours. However, it is difficult, and I've only beaten it once in all the playthroughs I've done, and I got the true ending through much struggle. It was a pain. And I'm not sure if I can do it on Legendary here. So I might just leave it for later once it becomes more powerful. Here we are at the Dragon's Reach.
Here we are. Dragons. Spectacular, isn't it? Let's go.
I am in your way. I am sorry.
I only counsel God that you have me do. We cannot afford to.
What is the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balbus is not receiving visitors.
I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack. Or, Alvor sent me. Riverwood is in danger.
As Housecarl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
I was told to give the message directly to the Jarl.
Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. I'm starting to think.
I want to hear what she has to say. What's this about Riverwood being in danger?
A dragon destroyed Helgen. Alvor is afraid Riverwood is next.
Alvor? The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong?
I was there. I saw the dragon burn Helgen to the ground.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Prometheus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. That dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkland will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Two Bosma are eating a jester. One says to the other, "Does this taste funny to you?"
Jarl Balgruuf is a great guy. Probably one of the best Jarls, if not the best. Where's the mutton chops over here, though?
I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragon. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be.
Alright. Where am I going? And what am I fetching?
Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of
Imagine
dragon
that.
burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. You know, if you've got the aptitude. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
So, what about my reward?
You'll have to see the Jarl about that. Maybe his steward, Avenici. I'm sure one of them will pay you appropriately.
Farengar. Farengar, you need to come at once.
Careful!
A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon. How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If the dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it.
Oh, did you need something?
A lot of weird lag spike there. Uh-oh. What's happening?
Every fight is a food fight when you're a Bosma.
Some temporary glitches?
So, Irileth tells me you came from the western watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. Vernon, Irileth, we'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the dragon stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. But please, accept this gift from my personal army. Help Irileth kill this dragon before it can attack Whiterun.
Alright. So, we need to go help kill a dragon. I'm sure nothing's gonna go wrong here.
Let's go kill a dragon then.
Yeah, as I already said. This is what we're going to be doing before we wrap up today's episode. We are going to go kill our first dragon. I'm going to fast out the Whiterun. Maybe that'll help clear up some of this lag that we're having. So we need to meet them near the Western Watchtower, which actually, if you go to it before this point, is completely intact and patrolled. It looks like they did help with some of the lag. However, if you go to it now, well, we'll see how it's doing. We can see in the distance there. It looks fine. Completely fine. Not destroyed at all. So if we activate this one, you'll see it actually wants us to meet here. Roughly around here. Right there with this rock. So, things not looking too hot. So I got my companions. I see Ari, I see Lucian. Where's Inigo? Inigo may have gotten lost. So let's wait now for Eoleth to get here.
No signs of any dragon right now. But it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad. We've got to figure out what happened. If that dragon is skulking around somewhere.
So since this is a big fight, I'm actually going to equip my better arrows. My best ones even. Which goes to these bone and ebony, followed by the ancient Nord.
Look us alive. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Toss a coin to your hero, oh valley of Whiterun, oh valley of Whiterun, ho.
Now that is what I call an earworm.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Corky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to get the last.
So I'm going to get to the top of the turret here. And look for the dragon. Oh. Hello. I'm waiting for it to perch somewhere. Alright, it's perching. Oh, this is a tanky boy. Alright, so I use up my... So I'm not going to use these bone arrows.
I'm actually fighting a dragon. This is real. I got it. This is real. Not a nightmare.
Take cover. That would definitely kill me. Homie's level 10, by the way. This dragon.
Lead your heart.
I'm gonna chuck a potion. Chuck another potion. I'm gonna die here. I'm about to die. Food doesn't give health. Yep. I was trying really hard to avoid it. But I need to be careful. I'm playing on legendary difficulty. As I die, just hear Ari. So majestic! Alright. Now that we're here, let's wait the hour again. And let's go trigger him again. As last time, I'm going to equip my, 2 ebony arrows before we fight. And I'm gonna be more careful this time. I should have been more careful with. I know how strong this guy is, which is the main reason I'm in this tower. Eh? Museum item acquired. Wood elf. Nice. And there's a dragon. Search the treasure chest. Let's get ready to duck down if we need to. He's really doing a showboat. You gonna land, bud?
This is real. I'm actually fighting a dragon. This is real, not a nightmare. This is real, not a nightmare.
We don't talk about that. Alright, he perched. He lost a lot of hit points there when he perched. Am I about to die? Alright, he's going for his final perch. He's low in HP. When dragons go below 25% HP, they actually have to perch one final time. Oh, and he's dead. He landed one time right next to all the guards, and they just destroyed him. I'm really going to have to look into performance after this, though. It's only the insides for a reason. Like, when I'm out here, it's fine.
Look at that. What's happening?
Everybody, get back!
Let's loot the dragon.
I can't believe it.
Dragonborn? What do you mean?
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
I don't know what happened to me.
There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. That will prove it. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragonborn? What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon. I don't know. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Cyber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot.
So they're going to continue bickering, and we can't fast shuffle back because something else is going to happen. So we just got access to a new power called Unrelenting Force. The very iconic, the first part of the very iconic Fus Roda. Right now it's just, as you can hear, Fus. So I can just gently push people back now. Nothing too special. And since we're actually outside combat, I'm going to put back my iron arrows. I wish there was a way I can see like how much mods are using up on my CPU and RAM. That'd be handy. Alright, so we're back in Whiterun. So now we need to return to the Jarl and say, "Oh, hey, buddy, we solved your dragon problem, and I went suck to it somehow."
You! What are you? Please, take Mother Mara's blessing to wash this unease away.
I'm a
Good fortunes on your travels.
I'm a leave. That's weird. So that shout, it it just said, Dovahkiin. And we don't know who did that yet, but we're about to learn.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you. You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards. We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you. So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
The watchtower was destroyed, but we killed the dragon.
I knew I could count on Irileth. But there must be more to it than that.
When the dragon died, I absorbed some kind of power from it.
So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Keep safe.
Hear the thundering sound as you return to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tybeseptin himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Akor.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as she may be, I don't see any signs of her being this, dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rungar, don't be so hard on Armitage. I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with her? That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun.
So,
It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord.
So we also got a couple of weapons there. The greatsword of Whiterun, which is just a unique looking greatsword. It looks really clean with the silver, with the like gold and white blade. We also got the Thuum Fadon, which is another greatsword that texture is actually messed up. That's what the purple basically means. It can't display the proper texture, but at least has a shape. On striking a target, time between shots is reduced by 40% for 20 seconds.
Greetings.
So so when you go through the story, you can actually ask Lucy unique things like this. What do you know about the Dragonborn?
Ah, you're convinced that that's what you are, then?
It certainly looks that way.
It's true, the evidence does seem to suggest that. But I think a certain degree of skepticism is in order. Tests, not superstition. That's how we'll find out exactly what you are. Anyway, you asked me what I know. I'm more familiar with the Cyrodiilic legends than the Nordic ones, but I'll tell you what I've read. Though some scholars on Solstheim dispute it, the first definite use of the term Dragonborn is attributed to Saint Alessia, back in the First Era. The story goes that on her deathbed, Alessia made a pact with Akatosh, who infused her with his divine blood and granted her the Amulet of Kings. Akatosh then sealed off the Plains of Oblivion, banishing the Aedra and Daedra from the surface of Nirn forevermore. Or at least, for as long as one of Alessia's descendants sat on the throne of Cyrodiil and wore the amulet. From then on, Alessia's descendants were known as Dragonborn. Of course, that line ended with the death of Martin Septim during the Oblivion Crisis. But he turned into a giant dragon and kicked Mehrunes Dagon back into the Deadlands, which seems to have confused things. Anyway, skip ahead a couple of hundred years, and here you are, supposedly with that same dragon blood in your veins. The somewhat primitive Nordic myths claim that lets you absorb the soul of a dragon, which we've both seen you do, and channel it into a shout. But as far as I'm aware, no one ever saw any of the Dragonborn emperors do that. Maybe you're related to them. Maybe the gods just like you. In any case, as I said, I have a feeling we'll find out more soon enough.
Just for a few days, it could tip the scales in the Empire's
Bye for now.
The companions can help protect the city, and the Emperor will be in our debt.
Lots of sense. We are short on guards as it is. If we lose half our men, the Dark Brotherhood and Peacekeeper will have the run of the city.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you.
You must be Lydia, my new housecarl.
Pleased to meet you. Farewell.
Alas, it's getting late. And this is looking to be my longest episode yet. So I'm going to fast travel back to the gallery. And we'll deposit what we have. After that, I'll set my Dwemer compass to the safe house, which I've meant to do this entire time, but keep forgetting. And we'll probably conclude the episode there. And this is also where I can show you the replica table, even though I won't have the item for it yet.
The Greybeards, then. Sounds intriguing. If they can tell us anything more about that shouting business, I'd say it's worth the trip.
The replica workbench. So you can see here we can make a bunch of replicas. And this is how you can have the item displayed, and yet not using up the item. So you can still have it with you. So you see we need a quarried stone for dragonstone.
Pooling our resources.
So here I'm going to take back a lot of stuff. I am terribly over encumbered now.
What's
However,
next?
I'm going to do this.
Don't look at me like that.
So now it's going to start emptying out my inventory. And here we can also come over here to see if we can restore anything with the archaeology station. A little bit of a weird hitbox on it. Because see here, we need a lot more fragments basically for anything. Though while we do this, I'll waddle over and show you what paintings can do. Since we have a couple now. And when I say waddle, yeah, I was meaning it because of us being 200 pounds over carrying capacity. A backpack might be huge, but it can't do everything.
I'm hungry.
You are incredibly bloodthirsty today. Maybe you should take
So if you see this like little thing here,
I'm sorry, Inigo. I'm just starving. Can we kill something again soon?
Very soon, no doubt. Until then, I think I will try
so
to stay out of your
it wants
way.
me to rate. You see here, it's still sorting.
Is-
Which is taking a bit. But that's fine. And you can see here, it actually says how many displays we got. As it's going through our inventory and putting up displays. Should be almost done. And I can run. That's just how much stuff we had on us.
It's a nice place you've got here. It would be a shame if it were to mysteriously burn down. What? No, it really would be a shame.
And here we have 30 new displays. So we are up to 63. Which actually means Arden's about to give us our first reward.
Ah, I'm glad you're here. I have come across a rare discovery indeed. I got word of a unique relic and was able to procure it from the seller. Use it if you wish, or place it on display.
So, what this one means, I believe it's this, yeah. So we got the unique relic Skull Crusher, which absorbs points of stamina. And it strikes pretty fast. It said it strikes faster than the standard mace. And it means it. That's pretty fast. However, we don't use maces, so we'll just place it down. So that's 64 displays. So we're coming along pretty well in the museum. It's going to be really fast at the beginning. And it'll keep picking up basically whenever we reach a new set of levels that new items get onto the world. If you didn't know, Skyrim actually has a level system of items in the world. Like you have to get to a certain level before you can see Orcish or Elven or Daedric or Ebony stuff on people. And with that, we have to hit certain levels so we can see some of it. So I'm going to set the Dwemer Compass, and I'm going to set this to location 1. So you can basically just safe travel here, whenever you want. I'll be doing some inventory management off screen.
Why are you carrying around human flesh? Ugh.
What? You try eating an entire kill in one sitting? I'm saving it for later.
No matter how hungry I am, I have never thought to myself, look, there is a tasty dead person. You are not a fussy eater.
Don't be judgmental. It doesn't suit you.
But as I was saying, we're doing this. And I'm also going to show off a little hidden thing. So, one of the things we can drop off here is, so we drop off all of our stuff and it gets sorted automatically. And we can also use this to actually get outfits. But the thing here is, there's a button behind this little tapestry. You get put into this room. So this room is also really dark without the chandelier. With a chandelier, it's not much better. So, if we activate the treasury ledger here, we can actually put in septums. And these septums, it actually affects the room once it repopulates. So you can see here, got a couple of golden things. While we will need the gold ourselves for a while, as you can see, the gold's gone. Eventually, we will get enough gold that we can do that. But, goodbye, Lucian. I'll be doing some inventory management while I'm off screen. And, you know what, actually, before we depart, I'm actually going to do one more thing. It is just at the crack of morning, so it'll be open by the time we get there. I am actually going to head down to Bits and Pieces and see if I can get ways to upgrade our safe house. So, if you remember back in the beginning when I was giving the tour of the safe house, I mentioned that there were these two like empty rooms, but I'll be able to fill them up later. Well, these rooms you actually buy from Bits and Pieces. They're pretty expensive, so we might not be able to buy any even with almost 3,000 septums. But we'll also be able to sell some of this stuff.
Tendrils of thought that wind their way through this realm, but those tendrils bind our reality together.
So if we go to Bits and Pieces, which is right here, we'll go and talk to the store owner, the Red Guard. Wherever they are. Oh, what's that up there? A unique item. Well, I'll take it. Take that too. More displays. Now, where's the shopkeeper? She should be down here. It's almost 8 o'clock. Sun's still asleep.
Why don't you sell off those bits of that dragon? They are weighing you down.
What have you got for sale? Just imagine if this was actually happening to you, though. You're like asleep, then someone just barges in and just says, "Hey, sell me crap." Yeah, there we go. So, safe house armory receipts. So, I want to sell off some of the extra stuff I have. So, like that. Just sell off all of the extra stuff we're not going to be using. I'm sure it's hurting some of you that I'm not disenchanting these things, but that'll come in time. I think I am going to sell off these dragon items for now. We don't, frankly, really need them too much. Yeah, I think I'll keep the rest. So, the safe house stuff they have here. The Blade of the Dragon one actually has a surprising amount of stuff just native to it, even. So it actually has native support for a bunch of companions to live there. So if you see the A or B, it's actually talking about the different rooms. So you can actually, I'm going to get the Garden of, well actually I'm not going to get the Garden of Kirith, that's expensive as heck. I can't afford any of these except for the follower furniture. Yeesh. Um, I forget exactly which it is. Who goes where? But we're just going to buy the follower furniture. And then went all of our gold. But we can get some, always get more gold.
Sorry, after you. Terribly sorry.
So, real quick, we're going to head back and I'm going to show off, and then we'll call the episode there. This one's actually decently long. It's twice as long as yesterday's episode, but that's fine. Yesterday's episode, it was meant to be more of a prelude to what was happening anyway. So, as we're running through, why am I running through? We can use the Dormer compass, I can show it off. So, travel, and it says what they are. Let's go to location 1. Yeah, why are we running? We can do this. And then, so for the receipt, you have to have the mini inventory. But if you have a mini inventory... Oh, is it the... Did I buy the wrong one?
Is there a particular significance to that name?
I may have bought the wrong one.
I haven't really thought about it.
Interesting. Ah. I did purchase the wrong one.
They might have just liked the sound of it.
We can see here, like, all this cool stuff. Like, a war game. A little bar to set up.
I always thought it sounded a bit feminine, to be honest. Not that there's anything wrong with being feminine.
So, I might grind up some gold.
You're right, Lucian.
And buy the other follow room, which is the one I meant. Meant to get this one. But this has been a very productive day overall. We've gotten a lot of stuff. And we made progress and we got the main story. And we learned that our main character here, Miss Ebonsong, is actually the Dragonborn. Who knows what's in the future for our fair Bosma here. Only time will tell. But that's it for today. And I hope you have a lovely day and have even better one tomorrow. Goodbye.